said, girl, be fucking for real. Are you gonna do that? Probably not. So let's just go ahead and leave it. Welcome back to another episode of the Kyrika Rashid Show, and I'm so glad that you decided to come back for more. So what's up? What's up? Let's get into these. Here's the thing. My hair, I really be trying stuff. This is the first time I didn't put this like 12 cornrows in my head. It took a long time, mind you, because we did the wash, we did the deep condition, we did the detangle, then we had to part it. And obviously not too much on the parts because it's me doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I was getting tired and I needed breaks. But a win is a win and they still look cute regardless. Two, I was thinking about how when I have kids, if they got, you know, hair and they want it done, I'm finna be able to do it, for real. Like, they gonna be able to get whatever style. I seen this TikTok, and she was like, oh, my daughter thinks I can do whatever, and she asked me to give her box braids. And I don't know how to fucking do box braids. But I went to go, and I'm about to try to do box braids, and she's gonna find out that I can't do it. Not me, because I can do box braids. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have that bonding experience with my child. If they want box braids, if they want 2 braids, if they want 6 braids, if they want a ponytail slick, whatever, I got you. The only thing I can't do is give you a weave, but I could attach a little hair piece. You feel me? Anyways, that was a tangent. So what's up is, I think this episode is gonna be like rest and reset. I think that's the like title of it because one, Godmom just left a little less than a week ago. I want to say a little less than a week ago. And you know, when she come into the town, it's all about her. You know what I'm saying? It's all about her. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? She's just more bad and bougie than me. You know what I'm saying? Lay back. You see how I show up on these cameras. Sometimes your girl look good. Sometimes it's like, hey man, it is what it is. On a day-to-day, I can give a fuck. She just has more of a give a fuckness about her day-to-day than mine, except for the routine. Now, when it comes to me, I'm more strict. We know this. I'm strict on the routine, and I get agitated. I get irritated when things are not how I want them to go, or doing the things that I feel like I need to do or I've written down, right? But we're gonna talk about this because this is round 2 of Godmom coming into town of me overseas. And I just wanna say, I think I did a way better job of like not being in my routine, but also being in a new routine and being present in the moment. So let's get into it. So what had happened was, and basically I'm gonna just give you the rundown of like, you know, my Godmom being here and on the trip or whatever. So she was here for 5 days. She came Thursday, like evening, early evening, late afternoon, whichever one. And then she left on the Tuesday ass crack of dawn. You know what I'm saying? And we stayed in the hotel all those days. Now, me, I have a room. This is it. This is where I record. And we know the day-to-day is that I get up at 6:30. I go to the gym. I do my gym stuff. I walk back. I may stop at the grocery store, rack up some food, go back, then have all these tasks. So I have this sheet. I have like a bunch of papers where every day, almost every day, you know, if I know I have the time in the day, I want to maximize the time and the tasks that I have to do. So this is an example. To-do list. Mind you, I've had this little to-do list, like a whole little pamphlet of to-do lists since college. I wasn't really good at it in college, but I've been on my A game. So what you see here is a lot of them are very consistent in, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna write, I'm gonna do some Spanish, I'm gonna stretch. But sometimes, I might have to watch some film. I might have to record my pod. I might have to write my pod. What else? Or I got stupid shit on there. I need to file my nails. Because, little stuff like that, if I don't write it down, I'm not going to accomplish it. Or I might push it off until, whatever. I'm trying to think. Oh, I started learning sign language, which I told y'all. So I got to write that down. Watch a TED Talk, Bible. You know what I'm saying? So they vary. And then on the back, this was some stat taking. So that's an example. So I do that. That is my routine. And sometimes there's hella tasks on there, but I've, 5 a day. 5 a day. If I get to more than that, that's great. But the minimum baseline is 5, right? And then I'll either have practice later, a lift later, something, coaching later, one of those things, right? And then I go to bed early and I do it all again. And I'm comfortable in it. I'm satisfied in it. I grow in it. That is a safe space for me. But when Godmom comes to town, not just her, but if anybody comes to town, that's not happening at all. At all. So we stay in a hotel. I book us a hotel. And before she gets here, I book us the hotel because I stay in a little, we just not finna be, for me, I had to tell her, I said, listen, I know that we could just stay in my little room or whatever, but I don't want to. So I know how I get when people visit and I get all anxious and I like to make sure they're okay and they're having a good time. So fuck it. I'm just gonna book us the hotel because I don't have time. So off that, then on the days that she's getting here, so she gets here Thursday afternoon, so I still was able to do my regular routine and then pack for when she got here. So that I checked into the hotel and all that before she got here and made sure everything was cool. Now, this is what I want to say. Before she got here, I was still oh my God, stress, whatever, I gotta see how I'm gonna get all this stuff in on top of doing everything because I know Melissa, Godmom, I know Melissa like to walk in the streets. I know we're gonna try food. I know we're gonna be out from sun up to sundown. And I know I need to get my shit in, right? But then something in me said, girl, let's be for real here. Now, you were adding stressors by trying to do unrealistic things. Yes, could I have written 5 tasks down and got my workouts in and went up from sun up to sundown? No, actually, no. I don't know where I was going with that. I was gonna say yeah, but no. The answer is no, because I get up at 6:30 anyway. So no. No, I was not gonna be doing that. So something had to give. So then my mind was like, bitch, you finna be staying in a hotel anyway. You're not even going to your crib where you sleep and you do normal stuff anyway. You finna be in a hotel while you're on the latter end of your season. Let's try to think of this as more of a rest and reset within the midst of being in the season. So I had to switch the mindset. We switched it really quick. I packed up a big ass suitcase, got all my shit, and I was like, bitch, you finna be in the hotel? You finna be in the hotel. They got a pool, they got sauna, they got a steam room, they got breakfast. I don't know. They got stuff, and we staying right in the middle of the town, right? So my house ain't too far from town, but it got a big ass hill and all that stuff. But now we staying in the town to where everything is less than a 10-minute walk. It may be 5. Everything is down the street. I like that. I like that. Okay. So the only thing that when I'm reevaluating and I'm talking about, how am I going to compromise in the situation, but also not add stressors, but make it a bit more relaxing, something's gonna have to give and we're gonna have to compromise, right? So one thing I'm not compromising is the workouts, especially not in the season. I don't compromise workouts, right? But when it comes to all the tasks and you know, the little things that I do. I'm like, you'll be all right, girl. You'll be okay if you just take this little break from reading your book, right? You'll be okay, you know, because you're pretty proficient in Spanish. You'll be all right. Like, you're not gonna die, right? But there's just something in me, and I don't know if it's just, am I type A? I must be type A, where it's like I get, you know, I get away. I get a certain way when the shit isn't right? But I said I'm gonna release that. We're gonna have to release it, because in order to enjoy it and be fully present in this moment with Melissa, something's gotta give, baby girl. Something has to give. So I had to give it up. I had to give it up. And I was able to pretty much, I was good, y'all. I was good. Because I knew Miss Melissa is a city girl. She is out on the town. She is a big stepper. I knew that we were going to be trying different foods and we were going to be eating out. I'm not going to lie. My pockets hurt. They hurt a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about me, I don't spend the bread. Now, I will get some food here and there. I will break some bread off on some food. But on the day-to-day, that dollar, that euro is not being spent that much. I am not doing that. So I know we're getting food every day. We're getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, breakfast was with the hotel, but we're getting lunch and dinner. She don't really eat breakfast for real, or wasn't. I know we're gonna go shopping at some point. I know we're gonna get tattoos. I know we're doing, you know, she's a memory gal. You know what I'm saying? I know we're gonna just be doing stuff, and we're not going to be doing as I do or as I've done. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to accept it. And I wanted to be present in the moment, so I had to give it up. I had to give it up, except for the workouts. Now, because she got here Thursday, Friday, and then we played Saturday. So it was really only Thursday, Friday where it was like my workout routine that I made sure to get in, and then I was fine. And then the weekend played all that stuff. So then we was vibing, y'all. We was vibing. Y'all, like when I was packing, and I might be an overpacker, but when I was packing to leave my room to go stay in this hotel, I said, I was gonna bring my little Sudoku puzzle book. I was gonna bring my journal. I was gonna bring my book. I was gonna bring it all. And then I said, girl, be fucking for real. Are you gonna do that? Probably not. So let's just go ahead and leave it. And you'll be okay. And you'll get back to it like you usually do. And everything will be fine. And that's what I did. I left it. I left it and I was okay. Just because I know, like, and, you know, people listen, you could maybe feel like, oh no, like you still need your journal and stuff, because I journal every morning when I'm getting up at 6:30 a.m. and I'm writing the thoughts down, and you know, I'm doing all that. But I just, y'all, I just felt like it was gonna bring more stress onto me if I felt like I need to journal, I need to do this, I need to da-da-da, on top of making sure I was being present in this experience with my godmom. You know what I'm saying? So I left it. I left it and I let go and I let God. You know what else I did? Not on Thursday and Friday though. I slept in. I slept the fuck in. I sure did. I sure did, y'all. I told you I get up at 6:30. And now my sleep in ain't y'all sleep in, so like not too much. So like my sleep in is like 8:30 to 9. And if I'm really pushing it, maybe 9:30 to 10. But I think during this whole trip that she was here, it was probably around like a cool 9. You know, 8:39 was my sleep in. And then, you know, I don't really watch too much TV, but I do watch a lot of hoops. So I keep tabs, and I just caught up on basketball. If she was sleeping in a little bit longer than me, I'll just be watching some basketball games. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing stuff I wouldn't do. Doing stuff I wouldn't do, y'all. So I just vibed out. I'm like, and fun fact about me, I love me a hotel bed. Don't fucking play with me in a hotel bed. A nice, you know, If we, make sure it's like a queen full-size bed. If it's bigger, hey man, power to you. But I love me a hotel bed. It's something about hotel beds. I don't know what type of bed, but when I get a bed for my crib, I'm gonna need it to feel like a hotel bed, right? Because the hotel beds put me to sleep. I don't know what day it was, but I was out like a light. And mind you, before that, I was having trouble sleeping at home. I don't know what was going on, but I was having a little bit of trouble sleeping, and hit that hotel bed and was out like a light and slept beautifully. You know what I'm saying? And like, just the amenities of a freaking hotel. Like, and this was a hotel, they give you the little towels. They had robes with slides. Yeah, one of them. I don't know. It was just it was nice. It was a nice little vibe. You feel me? It was connected to a restaurant and, a brunch cafe type spot too. So I'm like, I fuck with it. You feel me? I fuck with it. Mind you, the place that I go, when I'm talking about the pool and the spa and stuff. Now, my little gym that I go to has all those amenities, but it's just a little bit different when it's a little bit bougier. You feel me? Like, this is a community. The one I go to on a day-to-day basis is a community center. There's always a lot of people there. There's a lot of swim classes. Another fun fact is that I learned out here in Ireland, at least, if you're gonna get in the swimming pool, you have to have a swimming cap. At the community ones. But I get to the hotel, they say, yeah, and you don't have to have a swim cap. I said, what? This is special. You don't have to have a swim cap, because like, let's be for real, with this black hair and like the way I be rocking it, when the fuck am I ever I'm not getting no swim cap, bro. And I don't even be swimming like that for real. If I'm getting in the pool, I'm just trying to do a little something, not too much. I ain't deep diving and all that. So I avoid the pool because I'm not putting on a swim cap. But at the hotel, no swim cap, baby. It's just a little bit nicer. The sauna the sauna was hot as shit. But I'm talking about the steam room. Didn't have a little smell to it. I had to stop getting in the steam room at my little place because, yeah, I got scared or whatever. So I just stopped. Yeah, so anyways, we'll be up and at it sun up to sundown. And one thing I didn't do as much this year is like, actually, I don't do it at all. So let's just start there as a baseline. I don't really be eating out and stuff because I'm always really like about saving the money, And obviously that comes from back in the day because I didn't have no money on. And, I got maybe a scarcity mindset when it comes to the money on. So I just always feel broke, which can be good in some scenarios and bad in others. So when Melissa gets her ass out here, I know we're going to be spending the money on. Like I said, we are going to be eating out. So when she get here, right, I already got stuff in mind, which I did better this time because I'm like, oh yeah, we could go to this coffee shop, this coffee shop, this. One thing about Ireland, they gonna have a motherfucking coffee shop down the street from wherever you're at. Wherever you at, there is a coffee shop. Don't even trip on that. You will not be without coffee in Ireland. Melissa, coffee gal, had all the coffee spots on lock. Whatever coffee shop she wanted to go to, we could go to that day. You know what I'm saying? There was some that I had tried and there was many that I did not. Food places. There hasn't been much eating out for me because I cook at home. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I do cook and I eat pretty much the same thing. And I knew there was this many places to go to because one, I had some in mind because I just never went. Two, I had, some recommendations because I never went. And three, I just never went. So every time she'd be coming out, she'd be like, you never been here before? You never, girl, no. Because where am I? I'm locked in and I'm at the crib and I'm going to bed and then I'm doing it again tomorrow. Good and bad, yes, I know. But girls, boys, non-binaries, everyone, I'm trying to buy a car. I need a new computer. I'm trying to level up on this podcast stuff so I can stop just recording on my phone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to save this bread. You know what I'm saying? So I really ain't been spending no money on. Shopping, don't even ask me about it. I only shopped for things that I needed. For instance, pair of my leggings ripped. Got a new pair of leggings, but I didn't even buy those, so got those for free. Just kidding. Pair of shoes. I walk a lot in Ireland. I've been wearing the same worn down shoes since college, and that's not gonna work if you're gonna be walking a lot. Like when I tell you I get about a cool to 4 to 5 miles in a day. Yeah, maybe more than that actually. Maybe more. I'm lying because I average like over 20,000 steps a day. I need some good walking shoes, so I bought me some walking shoes. Shout out to my Hokas because they've been locked in with me ever since I got them. Backpack of years from high school broke down. I bought a new backpack because I needed a backpack. You know what I'm saying? Necessities, replacements, no fun activities really. So when she gets here, I know we're gonna do that. I know we're gonna do that stuff. And she is like, oh, how come you never, girl, because she's very like, girl, treat yourself vibe. And I have a treat yourself vibe at times. Don't sleep on that about me. But most of the time, oh, we're strict around here. We're not spending no bread because bitch, you're broke. That's the mentality. Bitch, you're broke. You don't have no money. You don't have nothing. So, no. But anyways, yeah, we was out in the town. We went shopping. We ate at all the food places. Bitch, we went to the bar. We went to the pub. I think it was the pub. Yeah, we went to the pub. Got some drinks. She don't drink, but she got her Coke. And my teammates was looking at me because, have I been out? No, not me. But Melissa was in town, so fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. And do I be drinking for real? No. But Melissa was in town, so fuck it, we ball. I had a shot of whiskey. I had 2 little cocktail drinks that my teammate put me on that I still don't know the name to, but they fire because it's like a mix of like a little rosé sparkler and some pink gin. Fire. I had some vodka. You know, I was drinking, right? And at one point I was like, and this is the first time I'd never drank around her for real. Now I had a little drink around her, you know what I'm saying? But your girl was feeling tipsy at one point. And I was like, oh, my dog got me regardless, so I'm cool. Like, but I wasn't gonna get blacked. I ain't never did that before. I know my limits. But because she was there, I said, oh, I'm safe. We're just, fuck it, we ball. You know what I'm saying? Letting loose, letting go, rest, relax, vibes. Let it come to you and just vibe out. I'm just telling y'all about the whole trip and all the things that I was doing that I wouldn't usually do. I just gave up the reins, man. I just said, hey, you know, I'm just gonna be present. I'm just gonna be in the moment. I'm gonna accept whatever's coming. We also went to Cork, which is the place that I was in last year in Ireland. And we did the trip and we took the train. Did we take the train? That's a lie. We didn't take the train. I took the train by myself on the way back, and she took the train by herself to where I was. So anyways, we was up in Cork. We stayed somewhere in Cork, somewhere cute actually. She booked that little hotel. It was a very cute hotel. Got coffee, did the do. You know what I'm saying? Like, just vibes. And I said to her at one point, and you know, we chop it up. We chop it up about the real. We chop it up about the lighthearted stuff. And she one of them few people in my life that, and I told her this, I said, girl, now I'm nosy. And there's a lot of questions because y'all, she 46. She like my, you know, she like my mom. But at this point, you know, I'm 24. So at this, hey man. And I asked a lot of questions when I was younger, but now we get down to the nitty gritty. And she's just one of those few people in my life who is gonna give me the real, whether it's cute or it's ugly. You know what I'm saying? So I just said thank you for that, because one thing about me, I wanna know the details. I wanna know the ins and outs. I wanna know shit that don't even matter, but they matter to me. And my friends be getting on me about this because sometimes they say stuff isn't relevant, but it's relevant to me. And she just let me know. And she tell me, we talk about relationships, we talk about God, we talk about life, we talk about her, we talk about me, we talk about basketball, talk about, you know, being a mother, all the stuff, man, all the stuff. So we're doing all that as well. And then I think at dinner I said, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. And it sounded like really, I feel like something like kind of harsh coming out, but I'm like, I've enjoyed this. I'm like, I've enjoyed this. It's been refreshing. And I feel like I just said it so like stoic. I don't know, like so business-like. Like what the fuck? But I meant it. I meant it. Just because I know how I am when it comes to my routine and doing things a certain way. And so I just felt like I needed to say that. And I was like, wow, I'm really like, I'm not tripping. Like I'm vibing, you know what I'm saying? I'm vibing. So I had to take the moment to say that, even though I felt like it came out pretty, you know, not really sentimental, which is fine, I guess. But it's like, I gave up the reins, man, because I'm trying to have fun. I'm just trying to have fun. And I had a good time. I had a good time. And I think it was really because I just let go. There was times also where she would ask me, oh, do you need to da-da-da? And I was like, nope. Nope. Because, hey, you're here. We're balling, man. So now what? Y'all, like I said, we let go and we let God. We were present in the moment. I felt lighter. I felt more relaxed. I think I felt more rested. And it was just simply because I didn't try to force my hand on the experience, which I feel like I tend to do. And I was just there. I was just there, but I also was, you know, I was there and I was there. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't just watching. You know what I'm saying? Where I say as like, it is Melissa's world and we're just living in it when she comes and, you know, visits. I mean that. I do mean that. But it wasn't like it was her world and I was just in the back holding all the bags as a security guard. I was present in her world as well. Like we were doing the do together, even though it wasn't something that I would do on the day to day. You feel me? Y'all get me. I also want to say like being in my season, and it's kind of, it be long when you get overseas. Like it's long and it's far away, and it was like a moment to have a little bit of a rest and a reset even while being in my season. I think I realized being like when my godmom coming that it is important to find those little rest and resets in the midst of a project, in the midst of a season, in the midst of being consistent in your routine, because when you're constantly working with no break, then you go insane. You go insane. So I think that was important. I realized how important that was for me and my mental, like I feel, you know, mentally better. I think coming into the season, it felt like, I don't want to say pressure, but more like, okay, bitch, this is business. You here for your job. All work, no play. If you're not locked in, you're not going to get to where you want to get to, like type of mentality, to where I maybe added pressure on myself that was not necessary, because at the end of the day, God then wrote the story. And whatever's going to happen for me is going to happen for me because he said so. So me adding certain things and certain routines and yada, 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 because of what I feel, in the end really doesn't matter, because what did he say? You know what I'm saying? So I've had to, I guess like in my prayers, really just ask God for me to be present in the moment, so that I can do whatever he wants me to do, especially with the rest of my time here. And I only have like a few months left, instead of just being so robotic and everything, you know what I'm saying? I've had to I don't know if it's like ask him to relax my mind or just really, I think actually, yeah, I think it's just really just being present in the moment so that I can do his will for me, because whatever is next or whatever stage is happening in my life is gonna happen regardless of what I do. But let's not be remiss to, I need to, there are certain things like you have to do the work, but I think that I just had to relax a little bit. Like just relax, bro. Like you're gonna be okay. Like you're gonna be okay because God said so. At the end of the day, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna end up where you're supposed to be. You're gonna go where you need to go because God said so. So he just basically, I just been like, God, can you get me to chill, bro? Like just chill. So yeah, and that was good stuff. Yeah, so just I guess reiterating that the switch up of routine can be helpful at times. I think in the beginning I talked about how I get irritable when like I just, I feel if my routine's not happening, but I feel like I felt less irritable because I was able to just be. And that's really what, I don't know, this episode's all about, is just being. And, when you're able to just be, you're able to relax, you're able to reset, you're able to experience and enjoy the moment a lot more than you would have if you just like all the time. So we're at the last segment, so I have a question. Do you need a small break from your routine? Do you? Have you been going ape? Have you been going ape? Going ham on your routine for so long that you need a baby break? And that's okay. Go ahead, take it. Let this be a word to you that you are able to take that baby break and then hop right back into it, but just gain more perspective once you hop back into it. And then my last question is going to be, how hard is it for you to release and just be in the moment? Because like I talked about, I just feel, irritable, sticky, gross. Like I just feel a way when I'm not able to do my routine that sometimes it's hard for me to let go. Like even when I'm telling you how I was like, this has been good. This has been good for me. I've enjoyed it not being in my routine for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's only a little bit. And then I got to go back because then I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? What are we doing? What are we doing if I'm not doing anything? You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to relinquish control. I feel like for me, especially because I want more control in my life. I think that's something I sought for, or have sought after since I was young. And it can be hard for me, but I think I would like to say I did a good job this time. I don't know about next time though, but this time. So thank you for listening to this episode. That is the end. El final. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back for more. And once again, this has been the Kairika Rashid Show, and I'm so glad that you decided to come back for more. Get it.